Hello! In this video, we're going to talk about this house, right? We're going to be talking about this house. I call this house the house after this house. So we're going to talk about this house, right? But we still have to talk about this bookshelf pile, this TNT stack, this bookshelf pile, right? And we got to talk about these 4 block piles over here. And then we got to talk about this TNT stack. Right, and then we'll go over the contents inside the house, and that would be it. So starting with the bookshelf pile, the most important spot is if you see a bookshelf hiding in this hole right here. So if you see something like that, that would be fake. Right? There's another hole right here a bookshelf can hide in, so you gotta be familiar with this hole as well. And also if you see a bookshelf in one of these holes as well. So basically, if you see one of those, that would be fake. And so that's really it. Basically something you would probably radar, so not super important. Like most of the block piles over here aren't super important, you're most likely going to encounter them with radar. You should be familiar with some of the spots. As for the TNT stack, you should see a square of TNT right here, right? This is actually a real square of TNT, right? But you shouldn't see 2 TNTs in a row on top of the stack, right? You shouldn't see, this sort of makes a square of TNT, notice, but this would be a fake square. Again, square of TNT, but this would be a fake square. Again, squared off right here, that would be fake. I like saying that, squared off. Right? That's basically it for the TNT stack. Also, you shouldn't see like a TNT to the left of the square or to the right of the square like this, right? That would be fake. For this bookshelf pile, right, if you see a bookshelf in this hole, this is probably the most important spot to be familiar with, is a bookshelf in this hole, then it would be fake. Notice you actually do have the fish structure here, right? So you got to be familiar with, like if you see a bookshelf on top of the fish anywhere, that would be fake. But also, like a bookshelf right here, it ruins the fish structure. So that's how you know it's fake. There should be a total of 3 bookshelves on top of the stack, so if you see 4 bookshelves, like for instance like this, or like this, then that would be fake. If you see 3 bookshelves in a row like that, then it's fake. That's basically it. Alright, heading over here for the anvils, right? The anvils don't even face the same direction as these anvils, but sometimes they will reorient themselves. You see 4 anvils in a row like this, it's fake. You see 4 anvils in a row like this, then it's fake. 3 anvils in a row on top of the side, like so notice that's 3 anvils in a row, that's fake. See 2 anvils in a row like this, it's fake. You see an anvil that goes way too high up like this or like this, then that would be fake. Right, if you see a square of anvils like this, then it's fake. Anvil to the left, like all the way over here, that would be fake. Pretty easy for the anvils. Right, these melon stacks are actually really interesting, right? So really, for this melon stack, you have 2 melons in a row on this side, 1 on this side, 1 on this side, and 1 on this side. So really all you do is memorize 2, 1, 1, 1. So if you see 2 in a row right here, it's fake, 2 in a row here, it's fake, 2 in a row here, it's fake. That's really all you gotta really memorize. And they also 3 in a row. Right, and also you should be familiar with if it's squared off like that, that would be fake. You have 2 melons on top of the stack like this, it's fake. That's really it for the melon stack. This melon stack is actually really similar to the melon stack we went over near hide or spawn, right? The thing that's similar about it is if you see a melon in this specific spot, right? This would be fake. And this is really the identical structure on top of the stack, what we saw for the melon stack over there. So if I just go quickly show you that, I like saying that, if I quickly show you it, right, quickly, because it's not going to be that quick, right, it's that same exact structure on top of the stack. So you just got to be familiar with that. Let's talk about some of the other spots you might see, right? Going back to where we were before, right, you could also see 2 melons in a row like that, that would be fake. Right, you shouldn't see it squared off, like, you like that? Squared off, that would be fake. See a melon in this slot, that would be fake. Melon in this slot, then that would be fake. That's basically it for the melon stack. For this TNT stack, notice how we have a cross right here? So you just sort of memorize that. Any deviation from that, like this, would be fake. You see 3 TNTs in a row, it's fake. You shouldn't see a TNT behind it like this, that would be fake. The next you have like 2 TNTs and 3 TNTs. Notice how it's like not squared off here, but if there's a TNT right here, it's squared off. You see 2 TNTs in a row on top like that, it's fake. That's basically it for the TNTs. You can also like a TNT behind it either right here or right here, like I said. that's basically it for the TNTs. Heading over to these TNTs, notice how there actually is a square of TNTs here. So there is actually a square. If you see something to the left of the square or to the right of the square like that, that would be fake. A really common spot in this TNT stack is to see a TNT behind it like this. Or a TNT sort of also behind it but on the other side right here. There should be a total of 4 TNTs on top of the stack, so if you see 5 like this, then that would be fake. And so that's basically it for the block piles surrounding this building. We'll talk about these 2 block piles when we talk about the central building. I like calling this one the central building, right? But now, we're going to talk about the inside of this house. Alright, so this is basically the inside of this house. As for the openings, as I just sort of showed you, this is the main opening. Right, but we do obviously have some stairs here. We have some other openings over here, right? We have actually an exit right here. You have an exit right here. This is actually usually where you can enter from this side from the bookshelf stack, right? And the other opening is actually over here, as you can see right here. So that's basically it. Going up the stairs, we do have literally one opening, which is literally just this. You have the left side and the right side. Right, you actually have this room right here. That's probably the most important spot to know about in this house. So you just gotta be familiar, hiders will hide in here. Right, so now let's go back to the inside of this building. I'll enter from this opening. I love openings, honestly. They're so good, right? So now we're going to talk about all the different hiding spots in the downstairs of this building. We'll start from this side, because I like this opening the most. It's so good. So basically there's 2 holes right here, right? You can see a flower pot or a cake in one of these holes. As for this table, 1 cake, 1 flower pot. So if you see 2 of them, it's 3 flower pots, 1 flower pot. Over here, if you see a flower pot or a cauldron, there's a cauldron on the other side. It makes sense to sometimes see a cauldron on this side. Then that would be fake. Bookshelves, don't worry about. For the melons, you see a melon in this hole, it's fake. In here, you have a total of 4 cakes. You have 1 flower pot, 2 bookshelves. Just memorize that. For the furnaces, if you see furnace in the missing slot, right? 4 furnaces in a row means there's a fake one. 1 flower pot on top of the furnaces, so if you see 2 flower pots like that, then that would be fake. For the bookshelves, the missing piece, I like that. The missing piece would be right here, sort of. It's sort of like fill in the missing piece. I love saying that. It's sort of like fill in the missing piece, right? This would be a fake block. That's basically it for the bookshelves. Going up here, right, again, the most important thing for this upstairs area is like in this area which we talked about. You can sometimes see, oh, that's the, oh, okay, okay, okay. You can see sometimes a bookshelf or a flower pot in this spot. As for these furnaces, basically 2 furnaces in a row. Should only be 1 furnace over here, so. For these flower pots, a total of 4 flower pots. It's sort of like fill in the missing piece. I love saying that. So if you see like a flower pot right here, it's fake. For the, oh, okay, I made a mistake. Oh, okay. So for like the bookshelves, you see a bookshelf right here, it's fake. And that's basically it for the bookshelves. Going to this room, there should only be 1 cake right here. So if you see 2 cakes like that, it's fake. For the bookshelves, it's basically you're looking to see if there's 6 bookshelves. So if you see a staircase of bookshelves, it's fake. But also, if you see a rectangle of bookshelves like that, it's fake. So pretty easy. Just know that. Oh, I meant to morph into cake. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll just wait, right? I like waiting. It's so good. So for the cakes, you have 2 cakes like that, it's fake. You sometimes even see a flower pot here. That would be fake. And speaking of flower pots, right, you could also find hiders on the edge of the building, like right here. Or they can even jump to over here as well. Right, I like saying that. I like saying things like that. So that's basically it for this building. Right, oh, I made a mistake. But we already talked about the inside area right there. Now, it turns out hiders can actually get on top of that building. And the way that they do it is they get on top of it from this building. Right, and let me show you how that is even possible. Right, because some people don't think it's possible if you're just a hunter. Like, for instance, I used to think it was impossible. Because I couldn't do it. I'm just kidding. I like talking like that, though. So basically, you obviously get on top of this building. Right, and then you get on top of this tree. Then you go to here. Oh, I gotta redo that because I made a mistake. Usually I'm not that very good at it. Sorry. I'm not really good at making it. Right, so really we just go here, right, and then again, just jump on top of this leaf, and then this leaf, and then this wood, then this wood, then this leaf, then this leaf, then this leaf, and then you get on top of the building. So as you can see, it's very, very easy, right? And also you can sometimes find a hider specifically in this spot. Nowhere else though. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's always this spot, even though it's obvious where they are. That's basically it for this building, right? So basically, you can obviously get on top of it. I like talking like that, but that's basically it. And since they were able to get on top of this tree, you should be familiar with the fact that hiders can get on top of this tree as well. So as you can see, this spot might be a little difficult to see if you're not looking at it with the correct orientation. I like speaking like that as well. The correct orientation. So that's basically it for this building. I mean, wait, no, that building. Sorry, we're not even on top of the building. Okay, that's basically it for this building. Hiders can also get over on this side, but usually you don't see hiders like on top of that thing. That's, oh, okay. Let me show you real quick how that's even possible. Right, they can just get on top, like just like that, right? Just like that. And so that's basically it. So that's basically it for this building. So that's pretty much the whole event.